and Brady are, but this guy continues to dominate the headlines in a story that likely is not going to come to fruition, trade-wise, release-wise, leaving-wise. Yeah, we can't stop talking about it.
Well, yesterday for me, I had so much other stuff going on that my concentrations was there at the same time, Zubin, but, I had to deal with the snow. That was a bit of a problem.
Flurried for like an hour. I know it's really difficult.
Every time it snows, Key, I start thinking about you. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. I know Key's stressful.
I took a video and sent it to a couple of the top executives at ESPN and let them know that this here cannot continue. The snow is just not part of the Keyshawn family DNA.
Now, they are powerful people at ESPN. They can't control the weather. You know that, right?
Well, hey, man. They can figure it out.
We did play the song going back to Cali, Key. Were we trying to say something to people?
Hey, I don't know, but in the end, Aaron Rodgers certainly sent a message to some, a little bit of people out there, and it got their attention. It got everybody's attention, but in the end, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere. It's probably going to be the most fascinating offseason story leading up into the draft until the draft actually happens. Once the draft happens, and I think it goes completely away, or they give him some sort of extension to clean up some of the cap money. When you think about his cap, looking at 2021 at $36 million, another $40 million in 2022, $28 million. Therefore, but you smash all that together, you extend him out, you give him another, 5-year deal worth of $300 million or something crazy like that. Then Aaron Rodgers is sitting tight and cool, and now Aaron Rodgers has gotten them right where he want them. The thing that they have to do in Green Bay is understand from an organizational standpoint why the frustrations have set in, why Aaron Rodgers may feel the way that he felt after that game. Maybe you address some of the issues by getting him some offensive skill positions. Maybe you get him another tight end, another receiver to pair him up with the guys that he already has, another young, high, elite type wide receiver. And so it'll start to kind of make it feel like you're trying to build something around him because time is going to be running out very soon. And then on the flip side of things, if he so desired wanting to go back to California, if that's the place, whether it's the Rams or the 49ers, what does that entail? It's almost like you would be stupid if you're the Green Bay Packers to have that happen. I would do what he needs done
exactly
by getting the players to help him win.
You use the word stupid, team president. Again, Mark Murphy, we're not idiots. Just wanted to reiterate.
Same thing. Right. Idiot, stupid, dumb, whatever word you would like to use to describe that, Jay.
Jay, I want to
go ahead, Zuby. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you give this man whatever the hell he wants. He's in a position of leverage. And especially, listening to the Pat McAfee show the other day, hearing him talk, it seemed I took away from it like just this series of undermining that happened with him to a degree, right? With Jordan Love and him kind of talking about that and him talking about losing to Tampa Bay and how he felt at the end of the game. And I think right now, if we're playing a game of chess or a game of poker, Aaron Rodgers is in a position of strength. Look, you weigh all your options. Of course, I want to be like a Tim Duncan. Of course, I want to be like a Michael Jordan. I want to be here for my entire career. But I'm not going to speak in absolutes because who knows where this industry can take you, which it puts him, it spins people around and says, hey, all right, what are you going to do to make sure that I am happy with the position I'm in and with the direction we are going as a franchise?
You drop a few breadcrumbs along the way.
Kid. Exactly.
And it gets the attention of the front office. And, of course, he wants to be in Green Bay. But if they're not going to do everything to try and win all the time by adding players and doing those sort of things, then you sit back and you think, well, what's the point? I could waste my time in California doing this. And so I get where he's coming from, but he ain't going nowhere. It's a great offseason conversation, right? Deshaun Watson dominated the first 3 weeks of this conversations at the end of the season. Now we're going to get Aaron Rodgers in the mix for the next several weeks. And that's kind of what it is, Zubin.
There's no doubt about it. Jay had sort of referenced some of the legends that Aaron Rodgers brought up during his usual Tuesday appearance on the Pat McAfee show, the idea that he could be a one-team, one-man guy. It has crossed his mind, but so has something else.
There's times where you let your mind go to maybe, well, I'm going to be a Packer for life, or I'm going to be like a Tim Duncan or a Jeter or a Kobe and play with one team my entire career. I think naturally you dream about that. I mean, that's kind of like a dream scenario, and I've talked about that for much of my career. I think, when they drafted Jordan, it was more just like the reality kicking in going, hey, that's actually never the case. There are no absolutes in this business. And I think it's a beautiful thing to sit with and to wrap your head around. And I did. And I got to a beautiful place about it. Doesn't mean that that's not still a reality. I think that's the only reality, is that there is no absolutes in this business. I just reiterated that after the game, and I get it. Some people are like, well, you just threw 48 touchdowns and probably going to win MVP. Yeah, I understand that. But again, there's no absolutes in this business.
He's right. There is no absolutes in the business, and anything can happen. We watched Joe Montana get traded, right? I mean, like, as kids. It was like, damn, Joe Montana got traded after winning many Super Bowls. We've watched LeBron James go from team to team. We've watched Tom Brady leave the Patriots when you never thought that would ever happen at all. And then now you're looking at Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the guys move around. It's just the nature of professional sports, especially when you don't win at a clip. Here's a guy that's gone to 5 NFC championship games and appeared in 1 Super Bowl. Think about it. He may never get back to an NFC championship game again. What if that happens? Then what will we be saying? What is that narrative about Aaron Rodgers? Oh, well, man, he was really good. Oh, man, he had a laser arm. Oh, man, he can run. He can do everything. And then in the end of that, Jay, you know what they say? Oh, damn, man, he only won 1 Super Bowl.
That's always the caveat, Key. He's only won 1.
He's only won 1 Super Bowl. He was really good. Oh, what a waste, Zubin. They wasted his talent. They wasted his talent in Green Bay. You think he wants to hear that?
You think he wants to hear that right now he's played in as many Super Bowls as Rex Grossman in the division? You think he wants to hear that for a second?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
That's coming up. All that stuff.
Get it out of my stomach, though. You just hit me right in the stomach with that one.
It's early. Take
Zubin,
a swig of that Red Bull green juice or whatever you got going on.
Can we draft this man a wide receiver in the first round, though, for the first time in his career? Can we do that?
Well, can you get more help, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a receiver in the first round. It could be a tight end in free agency. He can go get a receiver in free agency. How great would it be to just say, you know what? We're going to sign Allen Robinson, and we're going to spend money on Allen Robinson, and we're going to redo Devontae Adams' contract. That's when you start to feel like, okay, this is what we're getting ready to do.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say there is, to me, the Packers have always had a measure of, and this goes to what happened with the drafting of Jordan Love, just a reminder, no matter how great you are, no matter how much of a flick of the wrist and effortlessly you throw the football down the field, this is our team, right? This is our team. They got sick and tired of Brett Favre dangling the franchise, basically saying, I'm going to decide on a whim when I wake up tomorrow morning whether I'm coming back or not. They dealt with that for years. And in some small measure of a way, even though Aaron Rodgers is 37 and still not close to retirement, they saw what the franchise, when you give the franchise to the quarterback and let him control everything, what happened.
They should play Jordan Love then.
Good luck with that.
Look, they should play Jordan Love.
But let me. You guys are laughing, but there's no laughing at this. If they really felt like Aaron Rodgers ran the team, like you guys said, they wouldn't have had the guts to draft Jordan Love.
They don't want to give him the power.
We run the team,
Absolutely.
Ro. You don't.
Absolutely, Zubin. That's why they should play Jordan Love. Go right ahead. It's your team. Do what you want to do with your team.
Right.
I dare you.
I'm just saying.
I dare you to play Jordan Love. Go right ahead. Pull that same move that you did with Brett Favre. Pull the same move. We're tired of your mess, Aaron Rodgers. It's your team now, Jordan Love.
Obviously,
go right ahead.
Obviously, that's not the case because of what Mark Murphy said yesterday, that we're not idiots. But the drafting of Love is an indication that don't.
That's a bad indication. But we got a break. Okay. I get it. Bad indication, though.
Can't be a power grab too much. That's all. Greeny immediately follows us today. Today, Mike, speaking of the Packers, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he'll talk to one of his great pass catchers over the years, Greg Jennings. Nick Saban will also be on the show. From Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin right into Greeny, weekday mornings here on ESPN Radio. On the way, why LeBron and Brady have chances to cement their legacies this year. But what ties the two together? We'll get into that after Key has this from DraftKings.
Pigskin fans, the moment you all have been waiting for all season is right around the corner. And DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55, that's my man Derek Brooks' number, is bringing back their golden ticket giveaway with up to $55 million in prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is get your share of these huge prizes and enter DraftKings free prediction challenge. Once you submit your picks, you will get a free instant prize up to $25,000. And if you have the most predictions correct, you can win the top prize of $1 million. Download the app now and enter the free prediction challenge. Answer questions like, who'll score last? And boom, get ready to make it rain. Download the DraftKings app now and use promo code KJZ to enter the free $55 million prediction challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing, Zubin. So use promo code KJZ now and enter a free $55 million prediction challenge. Only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy